Hello and welcome back to the Squared Circle with me, David Alorca.
And me, Joe Orgula.
That's right. We are back for a quick reaction of the official weigh-in. I know the ceremonial weigh-in is coming up later in the evening where they do these big cars. They do the ceremonial weigh-in in the evening for those of you that don't know. But the actual weigh-in happens as it used to in the mornings. Now, Chris Eubank Jr. asked for the weigh-in to be moved forward by an hour at 11 o'clock instead of 12 o'clock, which it was moved. He showed up late, which already alarm bells were ringing. Conor Benn got weighed in, came in at 156 pounds, 4 pounds under the limit, and in and around the same weight that he always shows up. But Chris Eubank Jr. came in over 160 pounds, weighing in at 160.2 pounds the first time. Stripped off, went away for a little bit, came back, and ended up weighing in at 160.05 pounds, which that 05 pounds has equated to $500,000. Now, Joe, you've already put up a reaction to this as a reel, but let everybody know what's your thoughts on it.
I think this is absolute madness. Chris Eubank has paid $500,000, which I think is about £375,000, and £100,000 as well in fines already, and the fine hasn't even happened yet. Now, I think this is extremely harsh that he has to pay this amount of money. I just want to quickly let me land it. I just want to quickly tell you how crazy this is. So, 5% of a pound. Yeah, that's how much he missed weight by. 1/20th of a pound in kilos, 0.0227 kg, 2.267% of a kilo, 2,267 of 100,000th. Yeah, 8 ounces. Now, if you want to understand it with examples, I got examples as well. I done my research just to let you know how crazy this is. It's the same weight as a small cup of coffee, a smartphone, a deck of playing cards, a small bottle of water, a baseball cap, a pair of socks, a small bag of crisps and a chocolate bar, and lastly, a large avocado. Bruv. And he has to pay 375k for that. Unbelievable. If he went to the bog, he would have got rid of it, bro. That is absolutely nuts to me, David. I feel sorry for Chris Eubank Jr. And I think Adnan Cattrall put out a tweet where Eubank has to pay 475k for these little things, an egg slap and missing weight by that, where Conor Benn has been fined 2 times, had 2 failed drug tests and no fines. It's crazy.
Listen,
It's crazy.
I don't want to go into that. Adam Cattrall was one of my guys, isn't it? And I know he's on to Conor Benn for the failed drugs test. But many of his favorite fighters, like Bones, like Tyson Fury, they've all failed tests as well. And he just skirts past it like it's nothing. But when it comes to Conor Benn, they won't talk about it all day, every day. Listen, that thing has already been settled. And whether or not we like the outcome or we don't like the outcome, that thing is done. When it comes to this, Chris Eubank Jr. signed a contract. This is the reason why we have contracts. You signed a contract, you made an agreement. This is exactly what you said you were going to weigh in at. You weighed in at 160 pounds for your last 4 fights. You've been able to do it. So, that bearing alone, the same way people look at things and go, well, it's unprofessional to miss weight. Well, it's unprofessional to miss weight. It is what it is. This is what you signed up for. This is the weight at which you've weighed in at for your last 4 fights. I don't want to hear all this sympathy talk. It don't make no sense, bro. Like, the fine's the fine. Okay? You know what the fine is. You know, I think it was 0.01 per, I think it's 100,000 per 0.01 pound, basically. And if he weighs in above 170 pounds tomorrow morning, fines are going to slap his head top again. So the truth of the matter is, this might not be the end of it. To be frank with you guys, this might not be the end of it, but it does weigh in, to excuse the pun, to what I think my predictions are going to end up being. Now, I'm not going to give my predictions right now because we are still a little ways away from fight night, and these two still have to face off tonight at the ceremonial weigh-in. So I think I'm going to give my prediction after the ceremonial weigh-in. I know Joe, you've got to be about somewhere, so don't worry. I'll get your. We'll talk about that stuff, but we'll do another video tomorrow morning, and we'll break
Final
down how we
predictions.
see the fight going and give our
Yeah.
full predictions on that. But this news is insane, Joe. This news is absolutely crazy because I thought there was no way he was going to miss the 160 pounds. I thought if there were any fines, it will come tomorrow. But the fact that he's been slapped with some fines today, and then uh, you had Conor Benn eating some scrambled eggs this morning with some spinach
Life, man. It's
on some
unfair.
banana.
Bro, the craziest thing, all that money has gone to Conor Benn as well. By the way, Mike Kopcha reported that all of that those fines, that
Of course.
$500,000 has gone to Conor Benn, and it looks like everything's going right for Conor Benn. And we know we spoke about Eubank's last performance, how he kept going to the canvas because the weight being put on him by Zerameta. Now he made weight back then, and now he's struggling to make weight here. I don't know how he's going to keep off 10 pounds for another, what we've got, maybe 18 hours now, 16, whatever it is. It's going to be extremely hard, and on fight night as well. Look, if you're a Chris
Yeah.
Eubank Jr. fan, it's not looking great.
It's not looking fantastic. It's not looking fantastic at all. But obviously, you see the weight disparity. You got Conor Benn coming in at 156 pounds, which is 2 pounds over the 154 limit. Um, it shows that he hasn't gone too crazy with the bulk. He's in and around the same area that he fought at. He's in his last two fights. Definitely obviously over the 147 limit, but he hasn't given up too much. And I think that's the reason why when you look at the clips and you look at the stuff that's come out of his sparring and his training and a lot of the talk that's come out from there, his speed, they talk about his speed is still there. His speed is still active because he hasn't overbulked. He has decided to maintain at a reasonable weight, and he's literally just going through the motions as he is, to be honest. I think Chris Eubank Jr. is probably going to weigh in for fight night in and around about 180 pounds. I think obviously tomorrow morning they're going to have to weigh in for the 170. I think he might make that, or maybe he's just outside of that. And then after that, he can bulk up as much as he wants to. He's going to have breakfast, going to have lunch, he's going to have a little light something for dinner. Throwing all them electrolytes, be back in the game again. So I think he's going to end up weighing in somewhere around maybe about 15 or so pounds heavier than Conor Benn on the night. And we're going to see how that's all going to play out. But the weakness that Conor Benn, that Chris Eubank Jr. showed in his last fight, it doesn't give me overwhelming confidence surrounding this next fight. He has to show levels. For him in order to win this fight, yeah, it's not going to be like some walk in the park. He has to show levels. There has to be some degree of outboxing, outmaneuvering, outskilling Conor Benn, because Conor Benn is going to bring more aggressive. The more punches thrown, the velocity, the volume, the intensity is going to be on Conor Benn's side. It has to be a boxing masterclass from Chris Eubank Jr. But I'm talking too much, Joe. So let me hand it over to you, because before you realize I'm breaking down the fight the way in which I see the fight going. Let me hand it to you.
To be fair, we'll do a fight prediction tomorrow morning. We'll do like maybe a 10-15 minutes video. So make sure you check that out tomorrow, guys. But look, he definitely has to show his skill, but he has to show a lot of heart as well. If Chris Eubank Jr. manages to win this fight, which I thought he would have, but now it's seeing how the last few days have gone, I'm not quite sure. I'm doubting now. He's going to have to show a lot of heart. He's going to show how much he wants this fight. And it might be one of the most, I suppose, outstanding performances we've seen in terms of heart, in terms of how much he want it, in terms of grit. What Chris Eubank Sr. has shown in the past. You know what I mean? He needs to show his father's level. And I don't know if he can do it, but if he can, fair play to him. But look, one sleep away. I'm excited, David.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I'm super looking forward to the ceremonial weigh-ins that's going to be going down this evening. This video might end up confusing some people because, like I said, some people might not even know that this has already happened. But I'm looking forward to the ceremonial weigh-ins. I should be putting up a video in reaction to that if anything kicks off, if anything goes down with the head-to-heads, and not just in the head-to-head with Chris Eubank and Conor Benn, but across the undercard. So Keep it locked to the channel. Make sure you let us know your thoughts on all that we've spoken about in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you're seeing this for the first time. Hit the like button because it helps people be able to see the video. I've been David Aloka.
And I've been Joe Ojala.
You've been watching The Squared Circle, and we'll see you again next time.
See you later.